In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the NetSuite sales to invoice process, specifically for business-to-business type relationships. As you can see here, I've got a sales order open for Semper Co. I've got a PO number and some other information I'd like to point out here. A location. NetSuite's a multi-location application. So if you had different inventory storage locations across a country or even across the world, you could actually designate the order reference to the specific location where the product should ship from. You can also notice we've got multiple currency here. So if you did have multiple currencies that you needed to manage, you can do that within the application as well. And also some approvals. We've turned on sales order approvals within this particular demonstration environment. And this sales order is going to have that approval process trigger. As we scroll down, you can see I've simply got a single line item here with for a flex circuit board with a rate of 1,999 cents. Now, this is the price for a price level of base price. So NetSuite has the ability to set up very, very sophisticated pricing rules. So you can see here we have the ability to simply change the price level, and these price levels can be assigned to a customer, and these can default. So I can go to a reseller as an example, and you can see that the rate on the item drops by $300. Now you can also set up things like customer specific pricing, quantity breaks, promotions, all that kind of pricing structure within NetSuite as well. I also have the ability within NetSuite to do a hard allocation. Now, because these circuit boards are serialized, I have the opportunity, if I wish, to do a hard allocation to actually reference the specific serial numbers or lot numbers in other cases that I would like the the warehouse to pick. So I have that control at the point of the sales order entry itself. You can see that this particular line is shipping from Los Angeles. If I had multiple lines on here shipping from different locations, I have the ability to do that as well. So we'll go ahead and save this sales order. Now you can see the status of the sales order is currently in pending approval. So I'm now logged in as my sales manager, and I'll use my reminders on my left-hand side to see all the sales orders that have come to me to approve. So I can go ahead and click on the sales order approval reminder. And this is showing me all of the different orders that I have in the application that I need to approve. And here's our sales order right here. I can go ahead and either drill down, review the details, or alternatively, I can go ahead and approve it directly from the application here. So let's go ahead and hit save. So now our sales order has been approved. It's ready to be shipped to the customer. I'm logged in as our warehouse operator now, and I'll go ahead and run through a process to pick, pack, and ship this product to our customer. NetSuite has a number of different ways of going through this process, from printing pick sheets to paper, all the way through to leveraging WMS or warehouse management application using handhelds and barcodes. I'll run through the paper printing process here. So within my dashboard here, you can see all different types of metrics for the warehouse operator, including orders to ship, orders to pack, orders to fulfill. Now, one of the first things I want to do is go ahead and print out those pick lists. I can go ahead and use my shortcuts over here to print out those pick lists. And here are all of the orders, sales orders as well as internal transfer orders, that meet the criteria of having a status of pending fulfillment. If it was still in pending approval, it would not show on this list. And here's my order over here. I can go ahead and print this out and hand it off to my warehouse staff to go ahead and pick, pack, and ship that product. Now, once it's picked, I could go ahead and move that inventory to a staging area. I can go ahead and pick it. And at this point, I can run my fulfillment process or shipping process in NetSuite. Now that we've picked the product, let's go ahead and start the fulfillment process. So I'll use my reminders again to go ahead and click on 21 orders to fulfill. And you can see at the very top here, I have my sales order. I can go ahead and click on the fulfill button here. I could do this individually or in bulk. We're using my checkboxes there. And at this time, I can start entering some additional information around here, around the fulfillment. So I can look at the inventory detail, and because this is a serialized item, I can go ahead and start entering the serial numbers that are actually being shipped out to the customer. So once that's done, you'll notice my inventory detail is now flagged with a little checkbox, meaning that this is good to go. I'll go ahead and look at the status now. Now, what I'm walking through right now is the pick, pack, ship process. You could bypass this three-step picking process or packing process to immediately go to ship. So if I wanted to bypass any of these processes, I could go ahead and do that. But for the moment, I'll go ahead and click picked. So I've picked all the relevant information, all the relevant goods, in this particular case, the circuit boards. I've now entered that picking detail into NetSuite, and I can move on to the next process here. You'll notice on our reminders now that the orders to fulfill has reduced by 1 and the orders to pack have actually increased by 1. So if I wanted to go ahead and pack these orders, I could go ahead and click on that, and I can drill down into my order. And at this point, if I wanted to go ahead and enter any kind of packing information, tracking numbers, things along those lines, you have the ability to do that here. As you can see, I've got my tracking information. I've got the weight of the package. This doesn't integrate with scales. If you were to use any kind of shipping manifest solution, such as ShipStation or a plethora of other applications out there, this would integrate with a lot of those manifest solutions so that you could seamlessly bring in the tracking information, the weights, print out the labels into NetSuite as well. Now that we've packed the product, you can see our orders to pack have reduced by 1 and the orders to ship have actually increased by 1. So what I could do here is go ahead and click on that. And this is where the UPS, the FedEx, the LTL trucks would actually come through and pick up those packages. And I could just go through in batch and start indicating which orders have actually now left the building. So we'll go ahead and mark a few of these and hit submit. So you can see on the sales order itself that the status has changed from pending fulfillment to pending billing. That's because of the fulfillment process we just went through. Now I'm currently logged into as the controller, and let's go through the invoicing process. So I'll go ahead and click on my dashboard. And once again, I'll use my reminders to actually execute on certain tasks. In this particular case, you'll notice here that I have actually got 20 sales orders to invoice. So I could go ahead and click on that. And these are the 20 orders that are pending billing and are eligible to be invoiced. And you can see here, here's our one that we just created. I could drill into the invoice itself and create it one by one. Alternatively, I could go ahead and use the batch process here to automatically generate the invoice. Now, at the top, you can see that to be emailed, respect customer preference. When we set up the customer on NetSuite, we actually designate an email address, and we state that when we create an invoice, it should automatically be sent out to the customer. So we'll respect that. And looking at the sales order, you can see the status has now changed from pending billing to billed. And if I go to my related records, I can see the item fulfillment. I can also see a purchase order that was created as part of this process, as well as the invoice. So I can go ahead and drill down into the invoice. And the invoice itself has been created. You can see it's created from that specific sales order, the quantity that's been invoiced together with an amount.